There we are. Hello, Gorals. Gonna do kind of a quick one for you today. I don't have tons of time, but I've missed the last, I think, 2 Amberlynn videos. And, I've just been missing her so much. I can't live without her. So we're going to go ahead and just get started, and people will come in as they come in, if they come in. It is kind of early on a Monday, I guess, depending where you are. But for me, it's a little early. But what better way to start the day, right, than with a double dose of the Goral. So let me just take down our DVD here. We're going to start with, I shouldn't admit this, Zachary Michael and deleting comments. Let's talk episode 1, as she is almost through the first week of her new uploading schedule. So there's egg on my face. I said she wouldn't make it a week, and she has. So, I got to give credit where it's due. She has made it this 1 week, Thanks, Cass. Welcome. Here's the Goral, and let's just go ahead and get started.
Hello. Welcome to a new
Nope, that didn't work. I'm a professional YouTuber, everybody.
video. So this series is called Let's Talk. I have done this before years ago. It's definitely just a series where I can communicate and correspond with you guys. So
That's not corresponding.
unfortunately, my channel has thrived, but also died on a lot of different speculation, and I want to change that.
Wearing sunglasses in the house for some reason so that we believe she's been outside.
I want to use my voice in situations where I normally wouldn't, and I want to continue using my voice in situations where I already have. This is just a place for you guys to get to know me more, maybe in areas that you never would have, a place for me to be accountable, to clarify and deny, and just an overall correspondence between you and me every single week. So the reason I want to do this is because
So correspondence must be a word she just learned.
there's always questions, rumors, speculation, just things that people are, for the lack of a better word, obsessively asking me about. And it kind of goes in cycles
Hello, Catherine.
where it's like there's like 5 huge things that people are talking about ad nauseum. And I think this is a good opportunity.
Ad nauseum. Where'd she find that one?
Maybe I can answer those 5 things or
She used it right, so fair enough, but who possibly taught her that?
whatever it may be. But regardless, I feel like my channel is very parasocial, let's be real. And there's
What is happening? Did she buy a thesaurus?
always some sort of speculation or always some sort of topic that people are like, Amberlynn, why won't you talk about this? So this is going to give me the opportunity to do so if you guys bring it up, of course. So I have structured the series into a special format, and I'm really excited. So the first section is always going to start with sweet and sour. So sweet and sour is just going to be a random
She loves to plan. Like, everything she does has to have so many rules that she sets for herself. I guess it's so she feels like she's doing something. I don't know.
comment generator from the Let's Talk prior. So obviously, since this is episode 1, we're having to skip that part. But I came up with sweet and sour because you never know what kind of comment is going to pop up. Can it be a sweet comment? Or can it be a sour comment? Using a random comment generator is going to give me a wide variety of comments instead of just like going based off of like the top ones where I pick and choose, etc.
So maybe the categories will be like sweet and sour, orange, General So's.
So this next section I'm calling Sippin' Community. I know, I'm very clever. Thank you. So this is where I read from the community tab that I will be posting every single Monday.
Yeah, Nicole, I never see these positive, supportive comments she claims to get, but she also claims that they're always in like DMs so that she never has to prove that they exist.
So it gets time for the questions and anything that you guys need me to speak about, for them all to just fall under that community tab. And then after Sippin' Community, we're going to be doing the Linterview. Yes, I know, more cleverness from your girl. So the Linterview is where you guys are actually interviewing me with your voice. Yes. So I told everyone over on my Instagram, send me a microphone emoji so I can accept your request. And that gives you the opportunity to send me a voice memo asking any question you want. So I have not listened to any of them. It is going to literally be live, real reaction.
There's no way this won't be very disappointing.
And I am very nervous. So if you guys want to go to my Instagram for next week, literally go to my Instagram at hectic.ambi. Send me a microphone.
Emoji.
I'm going to send you a smiley face emoji back, and then you can send me a voice memo because Instagram has it to where you can only send me a voice memo if I accept your first message request. So anyways, after the Linterview...
Well, Instagram doesn't have it set that way. You have it set that way. You could change it.
The next section is called Tea or Tale. So what this is going to be is I am going to clarify rumors that I have heard through the grapevine. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's real. Or no, that's actually not true. And then the last
No, that's actually not true.
section is going to be bad choices.
So condescending.
And I just remembered I forgot to actually bring the cards over here. So
Your videos could just be called Bad Choices. Your channel could be called Bad Choices.
I need to go get those. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So bad choices is just a bunch of
Okay, so it's not something she came up with. Great.
really hexaconal questions. So I'm going to be choosing 5 of those and answering them. So I know this introduction was super long. We will not be doing that in the future videos. I just kind of wanted to talk about what the series is about. So let's get into it. Okay, sadly, we are skipping over sweet and sour because I can't do it. And we're going to go straight to sip and community.
Yeah, she's winded because she had to get up and get that bowl of the Bad Choices cards.
Have you considered that your refusal to do inpatient treatment could
She's put way more work into naming these segments than she did into finding her cat.
be linked
How'd that turn out, by the way?
to a drug addict's refusal to do rehab? No, because I actually think doing inpatient would be fun. I know a lot of people are going to be like, fun.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
really the adjective you're going to use for that.
Yeah, that's why you're not ever going to do it ever.
The only reason why I choose not to do inpatient is because it is extremely expensive and I have a job. Not
You were going to do weight loss surgery, which is extremely expensive. You bought Ozempic, which is extremely expensive. You have moved across the country more than once to be with a new caretaker, which is extremely expensive.
only do I have a job I have to do to keep the roof over my head, the electricity running, and the food in my fur baby's stomach, but I have fur babies that need to be taken care of. I know the eyes could be dot and the teeth
Yeah, heaven forbid you don't keep yourself alive to take care of them for longer.
could be crossed. Like my mom could probably watch my fur babies, but like it's the job thing for me. If I was to be able to go into inpatient
YouTube is my
and be able
job.
to vlog my whole experience and upload, still make an income so I can still pay my bills, then I would do it. Why is it okay for you to make assumptions about ZM's mental health, but when your audience does it, it's mental health shaming? So I've never really made an assumption about his mental health. Months and months ago when I said, whoa, what a quinky dink, Zachary Michael's mental health gets bad when I take a break from YouTube. I think that was my way of just being like, okay, if you can dish it, I expect you're going to be able to take it. There have been times where he has mocked me about my mental health or a heartbreak,
Beep-a-deep.
a relationship, just some way that I was feeling. I have felt mocked. I have felt hurt. I'm allowed to feel that way. And in my brain, I was like, okay, he's been doing this for years. Now it's my turn. Have you traveled the world since breaking up with Beck? No, but I have traveled. I have went to
Yeah, I mean, you went to Wisconsin and you went to Oklahoma since breaking up with Beck. And both of those times were to go to somewhere where another person could take care of you.
Oklahoma. I've went to Wisconsin. I've went to Tennessee. I've went to
Oh,
Michigan.
boy.
And I forgot to say, I've been to Illinois since then, Chicago.
You went through those states as you moved to another place.
Oh, hello, a Billie Eilish concert.
And I've done things that I wouldn't have. So based on your physical health and your track record for change, what do you estimate your life expectancy to be? And what will you do with that time?
Not a
so
lot.
This is kind of like gruesome,
Not a lot for time and not a lot of what she's going to do.
but based on how I feel and the things that I go through, probably somewhere in my 50s. And I feel like early 50s. I don't know why. Like that's when my grandma died. Actually, it was when she was 51.
Oh, maybe you should ask your tarot cards when you're going to die.
But like the number 53 keeps popping in my head and slightly 54. That's a very gruesome question. And what will I do with that time? It depends. Like, am I trying to better myself, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, etc., which is where I'm at right now? Or am I just going to just flop like a fish and not care about anything? I
Yes, that one. That's the one you're going to do.
want to say it's this over here. So by doing this over here, that means I might see my 60s. I think regardless of which one I choose, I'll never see my 70s. And that's kind of a sad reality. How does it feel knowing you've been stuck in a time loop for the last decade? When your watchers have graduated college with masters, gotten married, etc.
That's a good question. I'm glad someone asked her a real question, but also made it mean.
The world is evolving around you, yet you haven't changed a thing. So first of all, to those who have graduated college with masters, hell yeah, props to ya. But I do want
Great deflection. Way to go.
to say everyone's timeline is completely different. Some people get married when they're 18, some people get married when they're freaking 62. You know, more people than
Some people lay on a mattress in a living room in a gay care.
you think have very routine, boring, everyday lives. Like they get up, they shower, they have their breakfast, they head to work, they come home,
Yeah, some people do shower, believe it or not.
they have dinner, they relax, and that's that. Like a lot of people do have that life, and I think that we just need to be grateful to be alive regardless. Just because someone is is married versus someone who isn't, that doesn't make one of them better than
Again, deflection, not what the question was, not the spirit of the question, not the content of the question, not what that person was asking, even kind of.
the other, versus someone graduated with masters versus someone who didn't. It doesn't make one of them better than the other. I have my accomplishments. I have things in my life that
Name any.
make me extremely happy, but this is my life
Yeah, food.
and my routine. I've been stuck in a time loop when it comes to my weight. I will admit that. But when it comes to like growing and bettering myself,
You've definitely been growing.
I have not been stuck in a loop. 10 years ago, I could not have ever imagined myself not only being single, but living by myself. That would have never happened. 10 years ago, I could not imagine myself making amazing money, using my own debit card, being able to not only take care of myself,
What an accomplishment. Used my own debit card.
my fur babies, having a roof over my head. If I want it, I buy it. If I need it, I buy it. I never imagined having that type of life. Yes, I suffered with BPD 10 years ago and I still do to this
BPD.
day. But 10 years ago, it was way worse. In that, I never imagined being able to be by myself and enjoying alone time.
I never imagined being able to buy all 4 Billie Eilish perfumes. I really did it, you guys.
Because I was always so, oh my God, I need my partner. And like, I can't be alone ever, not even for 5 minutes. And now I'm alone for days and days at a time and I'm okay. So you might see it as a loop. I don't. You know, your comment section is public, right? Why lie about getting so much support? We can
Yeah, here we go. Good.
all see what people are saying to you, Amber. So I get a lot of private support, which I completely
It's exactly what I said. I know I say this a lot, but I hate that I'm so good at knowing exactly what she's going to say. I said she was going to say her support comes in DMs, so she doesn't have to prove it, and here we are.
understand, because when someone supports me publicly, they
I swear I haven't watched this.
get actually bashed and attacked, and it's really sad. For some reason, the haters cannot accept that there are people who actually like me and enjoy my content, and they can't accept a different opinion than theirs. So I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs weekly of people.
It's not a different opinion. They're just wrong. The people who support you, if they exist, they don't, they're just wrong. They're inaccurate, or they're brand new. I can understand someone coming in brand new to your channel and just thinking, why are all these people being horrible to this woman? Sure, yes. But, I mean, a month later, they're a quote-unquote hater like the rest of us.
who are very, very supportive, because they
Isn't that strange? What's the common denominator in all of those, Amber?
can't do that publicly. So when I say thank you for the support, I genuinely mean it, because the people who message me on Instagram are also watching my videos, and these videos are also for them. All right, so this is the last one. Bah ha 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 ha. You are literally deleting comments. I was reading one in the middle of it. Poof, it was gone and it's nowhere to be seen. So I didn't delete any comments on the community tab because I wanted to go into it completely raw. YouTube actually has a section where they automatically
It's so raw, you guys.
do it themselves. If something is a little too hecticana, for the lack of a better word, it goes into a completely different section and I have to approve the comment, but I never look at those. So you're never gonna see that comment again. All right, so the next section is the interview.
So clever.
I'm so nervous. All right, let me get to my Instagram. I am beyond nervous. Okay. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be fine. All right, here we go.
Gotta look for one she's already listened to, so she knows it's not that bad.
If you didn't have the obstacles that you have in your life, I'm thinking specifically about your weight or maybe some of the trauma-related obstacles,
I can already tell this isn't gonna be good.
what different twists and turns do you think your life would have taken?
What a lame question. Jeez.
Let's imagine you didn't do YouTube. And you
Yeah, exactly, Nicole. Who's to say this is the first one she even listened to?
didn't have childhood trauma and you didn't have your weight standing in your way. Where would you see yourself now?
Okay, so if I didn't have childhood trauma and I didn't have these weight issues, where do I see myself now? Honestly, probably like in LA. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what I'd be doing for
Sure.
a job or anything like that. Like, I don't like to hype myself up too hard, but I feel like
Yeah, we can tell.
I would be an attractive person if I was thin. I mean, I think I'm pretty now. I mean, sometimes I feel super ugly, but my mom like is gorgeous. She was super gorgeous when she was younger. And I know without all my extra, I would look very, very different. And I think I would really be successful in LA. I don't really know what I would be doing, but I think I would be thriving.
Other people have said this about her, but she'd be a stone cold nightmare if she lost the weight. Like, she sucks now. Imagine if she could actually get away with some of it with some people who didn't know her.
I have a feeling I would be thriving for sure. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Amberlynn, why did you bring up like what you would look like. It's because sadly society is shallow, and I feel like people who are more attractive, they get further in life and they're treated better, etc. Okay, let's do another.
Okay, so you know how there's the butterfly effect theory of how like one insignificant moment in your life could change the course of the rest of your life?
Yes.
Do you know, or can you pinpoint like what significant or insignificant moment or event happened in your life that if you could, you would go back and change and maybe speculate how it could have changed the course of the rest of your life?
So why is no one asking her, like, good questions? And you know what I mean. Like, questions that are mean or embarrassing.
So I do have one particular moment in my head, and I don't know what ways that it would have changed my life. Obviously for the better, it would definitely be interesting to see. But like, I have gone through so many things, so many like isolated, separate, traumatic events to where I was gonna come
Yes, you're a victim. Great, we got it.
out effed up regardless. But the first thing that I think of, which trigger warning SA, so I'm just gonna like say it, have something pop up right here, but when I was 7 by a cousin, and I feel like there's a lot of heaviness with that topic. Like, I feel like that probably did do some damage to my brain and just the way that I am, because I know a lot of people who experience SA, especially as a very, very young child.
Look, assuming that happened, yes, that's terrible. Also, that was when you were 7. Now, you're 34. Maybe figure something out.
End up with like a lot of issues. And I think about 600 Pound Life, where I relate so much to some of these people, because in the beginning of every episode, it's the same way. You know, it's the shower scene showing, you know, how much they eat at one time.
It is not, even though it is a horrific thing that happened to you, it is not like a free pass to just be however you want to be for the rest of your life. You have to just figure it out. Like, go to therapy, work through it. If the person who did it could be punished, that'd be fantastic. I mean, realistically, probably not. It was a long time ago, but I would hope that they could be. But, you know, the important thing is for you to not have this terrible personality and life. You know what I mean?
Which is definitely exaggerated, but that's a different subject for a different time. But they always talk about, you know, their past and probably what made them the way they are. And a lot of people go through SA as a kid and end up really, really large. So I know that like I've gone through so many things in my life, but I feel like that was one of the first memories that I have as a young girl that was like very, very traumatic for me.
Hi Amber, thank you so much for accepting my request. I just wanted to ask you, if you could talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you say and what advice would you give? And also, if you could see yourself 10 years in the future, where would you like to be? And how do you see yourself? Again, thank you so much.
So 10 years ago, I was 34.
Ask her real questions. She's for sure listened to all of these and picked the ones, because she already has answers ready. Like, we know she can't like think on the fly. You know what I mean? So like when she did the reaction videos, she definitely watched those videos beforehand and took notes so that she knew what she would say when she did the quote unquote live reaction. There's no way she's hearing these questions for the first time and having like coherent, cogent answers. So it's very unlike her.
So I, without a doubt, would tell myself, lose weight, girl. Like, you're going to get cancer in a few years, so you need to lose weight. You need to go to the gyno regularly, and you need to know the YouTube game. So let me sit down, write down a bunch of notes for you, and I'm going to teach you the
because you're so great at YouTube now.
YouTube game, to where you can play the YouTube game. You can have fun with it.
I'm not, but I don't pretend to be.
But you can also stop yourself from sharing certain things that you shouldn't share. And girl, you also have BPD. So go to therapy now. Like, there's just so many things that I would tell myself. So if I could see myself in 10 years from now, I will be 44. I hope that obviously like I weigh a lot less. I hope that like my health has improved, my mental health. I can't even imagine myself in the 40s. Holy, that is weird. I hope that I'm married. I know that sounds crazy because I said I don't ever want to be in a relationship again, but fuck it. A decade from now, I hope that I'm married. I hope that I'm happy. I was about to say, I hope that I still have wasabi and Twinkie, but oh.
Imagine if you still had Rarity. That'd be weird, huh?
Okay, my heart just broke. Moving on. Okay, so this is the last one.
Do you think you'll ever do ASMR again? I'm not gonna lie, your old ASMR videos, especially the like candy bowl rimming one, has been a guilty pleasure of mine for like the past week. Sorry if this had to be weight related. That's just been living rent free in my brain.
Oh my god, I live for that question. You know how many people actually tell me that they like my ASMR videos? Like, it genuinely shocks me. I actually don't think that
If one person told you that, it should shock you.
I will ever make like a separate ASMR video again. I think majority of people actually hate it, but a lot of people do like it, so I appreciate that. All right, now it is time for tea or tail.
There was one ASMR video where she was just like typing. I remember that. She had a weird, it was a very short era, but a weird era where she tried to make ASMR videos.
So rumor
I think there was one where she was just like flipping pages in a magazine or something. Very strange.
number one is you cannot be diagnosed with BPD by a psychologist, let alone one that doesn't specialize in BPD. That is a tale. That is a big, big, big tale. So you can be diagnosed with BPD by a psychiatrist, psychologists, and by social workers. And they do not have to specialize in BPD in the same way, like if you're
Social worker doesn't feel right,
diagnosed with depression or you're
but I don't claim to know.
diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Like they don't have to be like a specialized like psychologist just for those things. All right, rumor number two.
A therapist can diagnose you.
Amberlynn lied about when she posted
Even though they're not medical doctors, they can diagnose you and then send you with a referral to an MD or PhD.
her ER pictures to Snapchat. That is also a tale that is not true. So in my reaction to Salty Crab, where I was talking about like, so many people didn't believe I had cancer, so many people didn't believe that I was rushed to the ER and that I was gushing blood and blah, blah, blah. I mentioned the times where I posted my blood pictures on Snapchat, and I also mentioned where I literally showed medical confirmation, like my medical paperwork in a YouTube video. And I jumbled all that nonsense together in the reaction. And I saw a couple people where they were just like, oh my God, Amberlynn's lying. Like she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. And yes, that is true. So in the Salty Crab reaction,
Rice pudding, just watch it at the doctor's office, just with the volume on full blast.
I said during that time, and I also said in the impulsive state of mind that I was in. So I'm talking about two different incidences, which is the Snapchat photos, the medical paperwork YouTube, that happened within different months, but it was the same head frame. So what made me post the Snapchat photos was people were like, Amberlynn, that's not true. You were not rushed to the ER gushing blood. And I was like, yes, I was. Here's proof. And then me posting medical paperwork was because people were like, Amberlynn, you were never diagnosed. That's not true. And then I was like, well, here's proof. So both of those instances,
I believe all of this. Like, I believe that she had the years-long bleeding. I believe that she had cancer. I believe she had a hysterectomy. I believe she had very, very low-grade cancer, but that's still cancer, and it would have gotten worse. But I also believe, and by believe, I mean very strongly believe, that she never did any of the follow-up for it ever. She just didn't.
was just me not being able to
Because she loves to tell us when she goes to the doctor, and that just never happened.
regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit. So instead it made my like impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had zero impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. I couldn't regulate myself. But thankfully since then I have gotten better with that. Am I perfect? No. I think that's a reason why I have stopped like demeaning myself in certain areas. People are like, let me see the BPD diagnosis. People are like, let me see proof that you have a kidney that's 6 millimeters big. And I'm like, no.
What?
Like, I have boundaries and I respect my boundaries.
Now she's got kidney things added to the list of ailments?
In the past, no, because I was bad at regulating, still am, but better. And that's just like another way of like showing that I have improved as a person, because in the past, like crying hysterically while showing my medical records is crazy work. And like posting on Snapchat such gruesome photos is also crazy work, and that is something I would never do now. Rumor number 3, which is the last rumor, Amberlynn uses a filter when live streaming from her laptop. That is also a tale. I'm literally a boomer when it comes to anything like that. So the reason why I look so different on my laptop versus on my phone is because
She does barely know how to use the computer, so I'll give her a pass on that one.
the iPhone, I have the newest one, is literally crisp clear, as you guys can see. But my laptop literally sucks, as you guys can also see, because the internet's always shutting down and I'm always having to restart. You can literally tell that the webcam is super blurry. So it has nothing to do with a filter. I wouldn't even know how to put that on there. Literally, when I go live, I click on YouTube, I click go live, and that is literally the end of it. All right, now we're about to do bad choices.
Great.
So by the time that this whole series
Is that the giant bowl she ate the cereal out of in the classic Amberlynn video? I know it's not, because that was actually a casserole dish. I just wanted to make a joke.
is done, maybe I will have answered every single one of these questions. I'm just going to randomly choose 5 and let's get into it. Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on? I'm having to think. I don't think I've ever had to do that. No. But
Did you ever tell your caretakers that you were cheating on them by talking to some other person online so that you had them on deck ready to go for when your girlfriend broke up with you?
my memory does suck because last night in my live stream, I couldn't even remember the fucking high school that I graduated from. It was crazy. All right, next one. In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message? So in the last 30 days, no.
Okay.
Nope. Number 3. So this is like an all play question. So obviously, it's just me. So I'm going to ask it as if
All the time, always, in your apartment, just you.
it's just me. Could you go a month without masturbating? The answer
Gross.
is probably no. I mean, if someone was
Of
like,
course she has to
"Don't
answer
masturbate
this
for a month,"
disgustingly.
like, I bet you, like, okay, I won't. But like, why would I?
Think about, I mean, don't actually think about it because I don't want to do this to you, but like think about the mechanics of how that would even occur. Right? Like it can't. It just can't.
Number 4. Have you ever apologized after sex? I'm sure I have. I don't know what
Have you ever apologized after anything ever?
for, but probably something. All right. Number 5. Have you ever had a sexual partner who turned out to be gay? Well, I am gay, so that makes my partner gay.
Well, there you go.
All right. So that is the end of the first episode of this series. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, there are so many more voice memos, so many more things we could talk about, but I don't want to make this video super long. There will be another community tab for you guys on Monday. If I missed your question, just repeat it. And as the time goes on, we'll see. Maybe some of this will be taken out. Maybe no one likes the interview, or maybe no one likes the tea or tale. I'm sure you guys do though. Maybe eventually I'll add something new or take something out. It just all depends. See what we all like and how we enjoy it. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Gross. Okay, so as far as an Amberlynn video goes, pretty okay, right? For as much as I dog on her having to make so many fake rules for herself, the structure really did add to her videos. It is her actually putting effort in, so I do appreciate it. I can give her credit when she's earned it. I mean, everything she said was a lie, and she definitely pre-listened to those voice memos, but at least it was something that she gave us. So for her, pretty good. Let's see. There's one more that we missed here. This is a cook with me and eat with me, surprise, surprise, what I ate today, episode 1. I think this is from yesterday? Yes. All right. Oh, you guys can't see her. There you go. My gift to you. There she is.
Video. So today is a what I ate today. So I'm gonna be showing you every single thing that I eat today, every single thing that I drink. I am on a no diet, and
Yeah,
I just
no
want
kidding.
to go into every meal thinking about what I'm eating. Am I gonna be perfect? No. I absolutely don't expect perfection because I have been doing this my whole life. Whenever I try to be perfect, it actually sabotages me. So my goal is if I
So what's your excuse all the rest of the time?
crave something, eat it, which I actually learned in outpatient when I was doing outpatient. They said do not deprive yourself of the cravings because that is what leads to like unhealthy habits. I'm also trying to just like get more water in my body and more fruits and more vegetables, mainly vegetables. I mean, I do like a fruit, but I don't think I even have any. I'm definitely trying to get more vegetables in my diet for sure. And I am allowing myself to order from Uber 3 times a week.
Yeah, just eat some raw cauliflower and asparagus and Brussels sprouts with your mustard and cottage cheese.
Because usually it's upwards to like twice a day. So that can be like 14 times a week. That's just an example of like the
Wait a minute.
moderation.
In the video where she talked about reducing how much Uber Eats she does, she said she got it 8 times a week. But just then, she said twice a day, so up to 14 times a week. And my official guess in that video, before she said how many times a week it was 18. But I said twice a day is a given. So I was so much closer than her lie led me to believe. She lied right to my face, and I knew it. I knew I was right. I knew her getting Uber Eats twice a day was a given. She just said so. I need a formal apology for this. I was doubting my ability to predict our girl, and it turns out I was right all along. I knew it.
That I'm trying to live in, I have to be moderate or I will fail. So is today going to be one of the days that I order takeout? I really don't know. But if I do order,
Probably.
obviously you'll see that. If I cook, you'll see that. All right, you guys, I'm about to make my first meal. Starting off, I'm going to cut one of these chorizo thingies, chorizo sausage.
With a steak knife.
I love chorizo. It's so good.
So I'm gonna cut it in half and then cut it in half again. I just want really small pieces.
Oh God. She just gets so close to cutting herself.
I'm gonna spray some Pam. Gonna add the chorizo. Gonna add the other 3 chorizos in this bag and I'll just put it in the fridge. Oh my God, that smells so
Is that on high? That burner's just blasting.
freaking good. I'm also going to be adding
Right, you know how electric cooktops, like when it's on, it'll ebb and flow the heat, and that's just staying full blast, red hot the whole time.
some egg.
Egg. But she's allergic to eggs. Oh, paper plate, of course.
I'm going to be adding a little bit of Colby Jack shredded cheese. All right, so now I'm about to take some of this French onion dip and some raw cauliflower.
Hey, see? Raw cauliflower. I called it.
And then here is my egg and chorizo.
All right, you guys, so here is the meal completed. And I don't
Paper plate, plastic spoon.
know about you guys, but I love raw cauliflower. I also love it when it's
Why is she using a spoon?
cooked, so I just love it regardless. I'm trying to use the little bit of dip on my spoon so I can use it for the eggs. So we can do a little taste test.
Egg.
Nice and cheesy. Damn, that's good. Chorizo just hits.
What? Not, doesn't make feeder content, you guys. It's definitely not what this is.
And then I also got a water because my goal is to have 2 waters a day.
Disposable bottle, even though you have 4 billion cups.
It's crazy how, like, once you get in the habit of drinking water, like, your body just automatically craves it. Because I'm telling you, when I'm not drinking water at all, like, I don't care about it, don't crave it, don't need it.
Even with something like drinking water, she's, like, suddenly an expert. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. When she starts doing something or gets into something, she's the best there's ever been and she knows all about it. We're talking about drinking water, and your girl is suddenly like H2O Lynn. Just aqua expert. Aqua Lynn Reed.
But then when I start drinking it again, my body's like, yes, keep it up. All right, I'm currently cooking some pasta, boiling some water. So my pasta's done. It's literally just pasta with chicken. I just like made my own sauce with like Parmesan cheese, spices, a little bit of tapatio. I actually make this quite often.
Just plain pasta.
So good. A simple pasta like this is one of my most favorite foods. And
Maybe she doesn't know that you can get paper bowls. Maybe that's why she's using a real bowl. Maybe she thinks she has to. We should let her know.
elbow
I'll send her a voice memo that she could get paper bowls and save herself the trouble.
pasta is one of my most favorite shapes of pasta. This and I like the really small shells. Those are my fave too. And when it comes to drinks,
Plus, if you eat faster, you get more.
we're having a caffeine-free Diet Coke. I did finish my water bottle from earlier, so now I need to just have one more to reach my goal. So I am having a little bit more, so I just
Caffeine-free Diet Coke is freaking gross.
wanted to be accountable and show that. All right, you guys, so I just ate some of this. It's the Jenny's Ice Cream Green Mint Chip. So good. So there is 3 servings in this, but I had some last night, so I probably just had 2 servings of this. This is probably one of the very best mint chocolate chip ice creams I've ever had, so if you like it,
I don't care who you are. Those containers that say they're like 3 servings of ice cream, that's absurd. It's not. I'll give her a pass on that.
definitely get this brand. All right, you guys, so while I have my last meal, which is some carrots
Hey, slamies.
and some salami with fresh mozzarella. If you guys have watched my live streams and you know I've been obsessed with this, I usually just have like 1, 2, or 3 at
I don't think I've ever seen a package that has that many in there. I always see them as like a two pack.
one time. But I didn't feel like dirtying any dishes. I didn't feel like using a paper plate. So whatever you see me eat right now, that's going to be the end of it for tonight. But what I wanted to do,
Imagine putting on the giant hoop earrings and a choker and everything to just sit at home all day.
is have a little segment at the end of my What I Ate Today videos called Food for Thought.
Oh, another named segment.
It's where I reflect on what I ate today and I ask myself a few questions because I do like to reflect. I am a reflecting girly pop. That's why I journal so much. And we'll see what I think. If I enjoy doing this at the end of my what I ate today videos, then I'll keep it in. I might take off some questions, add some questions, or just like not do it at all. It depends on how I feel and what I think. You guys, these are genuinely so freaking good.
Salami.
So it's 5 really quick questions. If you had to improve one thing about today's food intake, what would it be? Without a doubt, it would be
I would have had more.
the fact that I only had 2 meals today, and then I was like, you know what, let's have some ice cream. Like, what? I wish I would have had like more substantial.
What? I really did think she was gonna say she wished she had more. I was just being a jerk, but that really is what she said, so that's great.
And I'm having my other water. Bring yourself back to a day that you got to your heaviest weight and compare it to a food or meal that you had today. What would have been different about it? Well, easily I wouldn't be sitting here with a bag of freaking carrots. I'd be sitting here with a bag of chips. I mean, I'm not depriving myself of chips by no means.
No, why should you?
But I did choose these over chips, so I'm proud of that. Was there a moment today that you were about to fall off track, but you stopped yourself? I just
Off
know
the
that
track?
compared to like my worst, I definitely improved. So I am just gonna have one more of these, so I'm having 2 in total, just so you guys know. But yeah, my goal is to literally just improve every single day. Do you consider today a successful day for you? No one else, just you. Why
No.
or why not? I'm gonna say partially. It's just that ice cream. That ice cream got me, folks. And I think I'm able to say partially because I know myself. I know my worst. I know my headspace and my mind frame. And I feel like today I did pretty good. Didn't order takeout. I cooked my meals. 2 meals. Not just 1, 2 meals. So I am proud of that. But I am not happy with the ice cream. So last question. Is there anything from today you want to bring into tomorrow? I definitely want to continue the water
What does that even mean?
drinking because it does make me feel better. Duh. I want to continue the veggie intake as well. So I'm not going to give myself a full pat on the back for today because there is so much improvement that I could be making. And yes, I'm making a little bit, but I could have done better. So I'm completely done eating for tonight. I am going to finish this water. I will definitely have a Sprite Zero later because I like to have a Sprite Zero before I go to bed.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
just like
of
a
course.
thing. Don't forget to drink your water. And I hope that
See? She's expert in drinking water. She's who you should listen to about your water intake.
you guys have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Gross. All right, so that is all from the Queen so far. She will upload today, I think. I don't remember what today's video will be. I forget what the schedule is. I know tomorrow is the members only live stream, so we'll have tomorrow off because I know we're not members. It's still a little early, so she would not have posted her video for today yet. So I tell you what, I will do her video from today tomorrow, and that'll give us something to do then, since she's not going to grace us with a regular video, unless she has another mental breakdown and does a live stream that's for everybody so that she can, I don't know, refute whatever thing she imagines Beck and Destiny said about her. But for now, I've been Six Bacons. You all did a great job. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next one.